Hi, fourth and fifth grade. Miss Howe here. I hope your time in music has been going wonderfully. I hope you are making good choices and following all of our music expectations. I miss you all. I'm sure I'm sleep deprived and taking care of the baby right now. But I wanted to leave you all a video that goes with a composing project you're going to be doing, okay? So, this is me showing you the part one of your composing, okay? So, part one of our compositions is creating rhythms. So, not pitch. We're not changing pitch. We're not putting anything on the staff yet, but we're figuring out rhythms. Now, we're going to be figuring out rhythms with these things called Note Knacks. So, we're all going to have this pouch. Now, it's going to be every two people per pouch. Okay. So, you're going to do this in partners. So, the Note Knacks part we're going to do as partners. You and one other person are going to have this pouch, Note Knack pouch. And inside are a few things. There are these panels, okay? And the panels are different lengths. There's a really long one. That is for when you have a rhythm that lasts for 4 beats. So that's for when the time signature is 4/4. Then you have one that's a little shorter. That would be for 3/4. And then the shortest one is for 2/4 time when there's only 2 beats. But today we're going to be using the longest one, okay? Because the most common time signature is 4/4. So we'll be using our longest panel to create today, okay? And then you have these long note knacks. The longest is, of course, a whole note because a whole note takes up the whole thing, the entire measure. So if I were to put a whole note on the panel, there you go. That lasts for 4 beats and it would take the whole measure, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's it. The whole note gets the whole thing. There's also rests on the other side. So a whole rest is going to look like that, but there's the actual symbol for it, right? It looks like someone could fall in that hole. Ah, and you're resting for 4 beats. Okay, so there's the biggest. That's the whole note. And then moving on, there's also half notes. So half note is blue. And a lot of people like to even count the rhythms like this. They go blue, blue, instead of saying like half, half. But do you see how it takes up half the board? So half note, 2 beats, half note, 2 beats. So this is on beat 1, 2. This one's on beat 3, 4. And same thing, if I flip this over, I have the rest version of it. And remember, half rest looks like a hat. So I have a half rest, or shh, 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 shh. Okay, so there's the rest. So half notes. Okay. Now our reds are the quarter notes. So there should be 4 of them that fit on the 4/4 panel, right? Because there are 4 quarter notes in a measure of 4/4 time. They each get 1 beat. So this would be, let me get rid of my glare. It would be 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Or ta, 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 ta. If you like counting the rhythm with colors, you could even do the red, 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 red. All right, and same thing when I flip it over. Ooh, it's not the sound version of that rhythm, it's the rest version, the no sound. So now I would have shh, 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 no sound. Okay, now moving on, I have eighth notes. Now these are going to take a little longer to put on. So remember, eighth notes, there should be 8 eighth notes in a measure of 4/4. Okay. Now the eighth notes are yellow. And that's so that you have a word that has two syllables. So instead of T, 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 you could even say yellow, 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 yellow. Like that. Oh, my pack doesn't have all of the eighth notes. I think I need a few more. But anyways, it would be two more yellows here. So it'll be yellow, 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 yellow. Or T, 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 T. And the other side of that is also the rest version. That is an eighth rest. So resting for half of a beat, okay? So these are also 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and if your pouch doesn't have enough of something, just let the teacher know and we can like share between packs a little bit. But it's not likely that you're actually going to want your entire composition to be eighth notes. You're probably going to want to mix it up. Okay, and then 16th notes, last but not least. They're these small ones, and they're this weird orange color that the Note Knack people call it terracotta. So that sounds like one anda or tika tika. So it's terracotta, 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 terracotta. Now remember, in 4/4 time, how many should there be? 16, right? Because there's 4 of these on each beat. 4 times 4 is 16. So let's see if Miss Howe has enough. I don't know if I have enough in this pouch. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. There should be 4 on each. And these are the same. There's the 16th, and on the other side, 16th rest. Oh my goodness. And you know it's a 16th something if it's double flagged, right? Eighth note is always single flagged. 16th is double flagged. Let me see. Am I gonna make it? This pouch is missing a few too. Man, I'm gonna have to fix this one. Okay. So anyways, it would be tika tika or terracotta, terracotta, terracotta. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and a. So 4 notes on each beat, right? With 16th notes. Okay, now when you write it, you're not going to put them as single 16ths. You're going to want to bar them together, probably into one beat, right? All right. And that's as small as it should get, okay? So that's moving from whole notes all the way down to 16th notes. Down the rhythms in the Note Knacks. Here is the rhythm tree. So we started with the whole note that gets 4 beats. It takes up the whole panel. 1, 2, 3, 4. If I were to split that in half, I would get 2 half notes. 1, 2. This one's on 3, 4. They each get 2 beats, right? With the colors, you could say blue, blue. All right, then we split our half notes in half, boop, and get quarter notes. And remember, there are 4 quarter notes in a measure. 1, 2, 3, 4. But they each on their own only get 1 beat. Red, 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 red. All right, now if I split a quarter note in half, I get 2 eighth notes. And remember, we know it's an eighth note if it has a single flag. And often you see them barred together, yes, right, like TT, but sometimes maybe not. Like with our Note Knacks, they're separate, they're single eighth notes. So it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and on their own, they only get a measly half of a beat, right? Half of a beat. But there does end up being 8 of them in a measure. That's why we call them eighth notes. Then last but not least, I split my eighth note in half and it gets even faster. I get to 16ths, and you see how the 16th notes have double flag. So there are 4 16th notes on one beat. So they have to happen very fast, okay? 1 E and a, 2 E and a, 3 E and a, 4 E and a. And remember with the Note Knacks, it's that fun orange color, and they like to say terracotta, 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 terracotta. Okay, so with the colors of the Note Knacks, they go like this. The whole note is gray, so it'd be gray. And then 2 half notes is blue, blue, because the color of those are blue. The quarter notes are red, 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 red. The eighth notes are yellow, since it's 2 syllables on the beat. Yellow, 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 yellow. And then remember our fun terracotta. Terracotta, 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 terracotta. So hopefully looking at the rhythm tree helps you see how they're broken down. Okay, so now that we've talked about the note knacks and how the bags work and how you can create rhythms with them, let's write some of these rhythms. So you're gonna have a worksheet that looks like this, and it has 3 measures of 4/4 time, okay? So measure 1, measure 2, measure 3. And notice they each have the time signature 4/4, and they each have 4 blanks, 1, 2, 3, 4. Each of those blanks represents a beat, okay? And at the bottom, it has Beethoven saying, "Make me proud." So you and a partner, this one is with a partner, right? So you and your partner put both of your names on the name slot, okay? Put both names. And I want you to fiddle around with some rhythms and settle on 3 that you really like, okay? So 3 measures. Now, I would say don't mix them up too much. Like, don't get too crazy because then it's going to be really hard to write on top of the beats, okay? So for example, what if I wanted to start with a half note? I want a half note. And then maybe I want 2 eighth notes. So 2 T's, TT, and then a quarter note. Now that should obviously fill up the whole thing if it lasts 4 beats, which it should last 4 beats because we're in 4/4 time. So if I did this with colors, it'd be blue, yellow, red, blue, yellow, red. I could do it with numbers, which you should be able to do. The half note gets 2, so it's on 1, 2. What beat does that make the eighth notes fall on? 1, 2, 3. So these are both on beat 3. 1, 2, 3, and remember we call the second eighth note and. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, now you don't have to write these eighth notes as single eighth notes like this with the little cherry stem. You can go ahead and bar them together the way we're used to, okay? Now, the half note gets 2 beats, so it needs to be drawn almost on top of the first 2 slots or the first 2 blanks. So it needs to look like this. It would be 1, 2, 3, and 4. And look how I barred the 2 eighth notes together since they're on the same beat. And also make sure you can put the counts underneath. So put the counts underneath like I did. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, so there's an example of rhythm number 1. Let's do another. What if you wanted to do 16th notes? So the 16ths are tiny, fast little oranges. And remember, they, in Note Knack language, call them terracotta. That orange color is terracotta. So I would say make sure your 16th notes are always together. Like put 4 together. Don't put like 2 or like 1 and then an awkward quarter note and then an eighth note and mix them all up because that's going to get really hard to figure out the counts with numbers and what beats they're on. So I would say make them all 4 on the same beat. So like 1 eanda or put them on 4 eanda. So I'm going to start with them 1 eanda. And then maybe I'll do 1 eanda, 2, and I'll do more quarter notes. 3, 4. Okay, so everything in my measure is quarter notes except for the first beat. So I have 1 eanda, 2, 3, 4. Or let's do color. Color would be terracotta, red, red, red. And remember, the red is the quarter note or the steady beat. So they each are on a beat. So beat 1 is 1 eanda, and now I'm on 2, 3, 4. Now with these 16ths, again, I wouldn't draw them single like that, like all those stems. I would bar them together the way you're used to seeing. Because composers are usually nice and show you that they're all on the same beat. So this one's going to look like 1 E and I'm barring it all together. And then just a quarter note on each beat. 2, 3, 4. Counts underneath. 1 E and 2, 3, 4. That is going to look like that. 1 E and 2, 3, 4. Okay? Beautiful. Now, if you wanted to get really fancy, if you're feeling really advanced, there is one other fancy combination you could do. Oh, also you can do some rests. So you could do, as long as you understand that they're together on the same beat, you could do 1/8 note, and then, so instead of these first two 16th notes, like on the rhythm I just did, there's those 4 16th notes. I can replace two of them, oops, upside down, two of them with an 8th note, because that's half of a beat. So I take away 2 16ths and put an 8th, and that would be 1 and a, which is pretty crazy. So instead of 1E, it's 1 and a, 2, 3, 4. So there's something else fancy you could do, as long as you understand that those four, or those are all on the same beat. Okay. So we have 1 and a, and then what if I replaced, I'll keep this quarter note too, but how about I replace this quarter note with a shush? All I have to do is flip it over. So we have 1 and a 2, shh, 4. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Okay, I'll show you what that would look like. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. Extra fancy. And again, only do it if you feel comfortable with it and you know what's going to be on each beat. 1 and a 2. Ooh, got to be able to draw a rest. Just draw a squiggle if the quarter rest is too hard to draw. And counts underneath. 1 and a 2, 3, 4. And you still have to put a count under the rest, okay? It still happened. It still happened on beat 3. So 1 and a 2, 3, 4. But there's your like turbo advanced if you're feeling like doing that. All right, so once you and your partner have felt good about your 3 rhythms, just turn them in, and maybe some of the rhythms that you composed in this will inspire you for what we're composing next week. All right, happy note knacking. Bye, guys.